Since 1965, many thousands of horses have been trained here at Chantilly, but not one of them has covered the ground with the ease, grace and power of Seabird.
Il avait, quand il était yearling, il galopait pas comme les autres. Il avait une facilité à tel point, je connaissais pas la valeur des chevaux à ce moment-là. Je disais toujours, c'est incroyable de galoper comme ça. Déjà yearling, c'était extraordinaire la façon dont il galopait. Alors après, j'ai pas cherché à comprendre et puis finalement il était le bon cheval. Mais mon souvenir, le meilleur, c'est la façon dont le mouvement qu'il avait quand il était yearling. C'était incroyable. Je passais un par un les chevaux, peut-être 20, 25, les yearlings en suivant, et lui, il était beaucoup plus facile. Beaucoup plus facile.
Seabird was big and backward as a 2-year-old, and Polly didn't run him at all until September. Then, after winning twice, he was very much the stable second string in the Grand Criterium. Pat Glennon chose Grey Dawn, and Seabird, with a jockey who didn't know him, was given what can politely be described as an unenterprising ride. Here he is, flying through far too late to catch Grey Dawn, but Monsieur Polly wasn't downhearted.
Fantastique. Dans le tournant, on croirait qu'il n'est nulle part. Et puis finalement, il est second. C'était bien. C'était bien.
A year later, over longer distances, a stronger, more mature Seabird was an entirely different proposition. Here's his first appearance as a 3-year-old in the 1.25 Prix Greffule at Longchamp. Pat Glennon didn't seriously need to pick him up, and for the first time, the Paris crowd saw the full majesty of that elastic stride. That was impressive enough. But the Prix Lupin has traditionally been the best signpost to French prospects in the English Derby, and now, with Epsom only weeks away, Seabird's performance had us visiting English scribblers groping for superlatives and the bookies running for cover. Cambramore, winner of the French 2,000 guineas, and Diatome, hitherto unbeaten, were both comprehensively outclassed. This time Glennon only barely had to move his hands. So the stage was gloriously set for another optimistic French foray across the Channel to Epsom.
How extraordinary it seems now that Seabird, arguably the greatest horse of all time, was sent off at odds against in his 2 greatest races. But television coverage of racing was still evolving in the 60s. Most punters hadn't even seen his spectacular trial wins. But even allowing for that, and the poor quality of the opposition, it was still amazing that he was sent off at 7-4 favourite at Epsom. At 10-1 second best was Meadow Court, the unlucky runner-up in the Dante and representing Ireland. At 100-8 was the 2,000 guineas winner Nick Saar, a poor winner of the Classic and reckoned a non-stayer, and the soft ground specialist Gulf Pearl, who'd won the Chester Vase. They then went 20-1, bar the 4. Seabird's price was bountiful. His style of victory was electrifying.
Epsom Downs on Derby Day, a scene unlike anything Seabird had ever known before, a royal scene, for although the Queen had no runner that year, she had, as usual, come to enjoy herself and to see whether the home-trained squadron could hold the French and Irish invaders at bay. Lean and spare in the paddock beforehand, Seabird wasn't particularly impressive, but he and his seasoned Australian rider Pat Glennon looked equally undismayed by the occasion.
Nick Saar close up on the outside. I say it's just behind him. Gulf Pearl is well placed. Solstice. Seabird I can see making a run towards the outside. Just 3 furlongs to go now. Sanacelli coming under the whip, and I say has come through to take the lead on the far rail. It's I say from Sanacelli, Nick Saar, Gulf Pearl, Seabird moving up very smoothly now to challenge. Contamore is well there, and Blurton I can see going well. With a furlong and a half to go. It's I say the leader over on the far rail. I say from Seabird, those 2 have gone away from Nick Saar, Gulf Pearl. Meadow Court challenging stronger. Then Cambridge and Contamore inside the last furlong, and the favourite Seabird come on to take the lead.
Etienne Paulet even underlined the ease of that extraordinary victory.
Alors à Epsom, j'avais dit à Glennon, Pat Glennon, surtout après le winning post, qu'il tienne le cheval parce qu'il y a la route. Et j'avais peur de galoper sur cette route-là, vous savez, après là. Hein. Bien. Et alors lui, je trouvais qu'il n'avait pas beaucoup monté la ligne droite. Et il m'a dit, mais vous m'avez dit de pas galoper sur la piste, sur la route. Et alors j'ai fait comme ça. Il a gagné comme ça.
Just look at this. Not many horses have ever come closer to winning an Epsom Derby without even coming off the bit. From 2 furlongs out, the only question was how far Pat Glennon would deign to let him win. It was just 100 years since Gladiateur's Triple Crown, but certainly Waterloo has never been more stylishly avenged.
Why Seabird was put in at 6-5 in the Arc de Triomphe can only be explained by the strength of the international opposition. Put in at 9-2 was Reliance, the unbeaten French Derby winner. At 15-2, Diatome, whose only defeats in 6 starts had been by Reliance and Seabird. Meadow Court tried again. He'd since won the Irish Derby and the King George. He was an 8-1 chance. And also at 8-1 was America's top 3-year-old Tom Rolfe, winner of the Preakness. And put in at 22-1 was Russian Derby winner Anilin, rated the best horse ever to have been trained behind the Iron Curtain. And such was the quality of the opposition that the Coronation Cup winner Oncidium was a no-hoper at 75-1. But there was no one who was at Longchamp that sunny October Sunday who saw Seabird will ever doubt his claims to be rated the nearest thing to a perfect racing machine.
There were 5 Derby winners in this field, don't forget, but from the moment Pat Glennon gave Seabird the signal early in the Longchamp Straight, only one of them counted. Reliance, left standing in 2nd place here, had never been beaten before. And Diatome, further back in 3rd, went on to win the Washington, D.C. International in style next time out. Despite drifting wide across the course, Seabird comes home in solitary glory. The Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe never had an easier, more majestic winner.
Pour moi, l'Arc, au point de vue professionnel, parce que c'est difficile de faire la rentrée d'un cheval sans compétition pendant 2 mois et demi. Et Glennon, le matin, le cheval ne travaillait plus parce qu'il était devenu intelligent. Et il battait difficilement son leader. Hein? Et il me dit, c'est fini pour lui. Alors ça, c'était terrible. Parce que j'ai pensé que quand le cheval était dans le rond, avant l'Arc de Triomphe, dans le ring, il était très bien. Il était excité. Autrement, endormi. Le matin, endormi. Et comme beaucoup de bons chevaux, quand ils ont appris, ils ne s'en font plus. Voilà.
Seabird, the highest-rated horse since Phil Ball founded Timeform, has been called the greatest middle-distance racehorse of all time. Well, such comparisons may be odious. He certainly has a better claim than most.